Hi guys, today we are going to be going through Odens' newest collection, and this is a collaboration actually with Morgan Turner. So she was asked to do a Valentine's collection with them, and I feel like she's a really good fit for Odens to do this with, because this seems very much like up her alley, her aesthetic and stuff like that. So I'm really happy for her. I will leave her down below if you haven't already checked out her channel, but I feel like a lot of the people who are subscribed to me are probably subscribed to her as well. So I'm going to show you everything that is in this collection. So the first thing here is an eyeshadow palette, and this is called Love Language. It is really cute. I think that the color story of this is, it's very Valentine's, but it's still very versatile. There's a lot you can do with this. I think she did a good job curating this color story. I really am not the biggest fan of Valentine's releases personally. It's like my least favorite time of the year when it comes to like eyeshadow palettes, because I feel like they all look the same. But I do feel like this one is maybe a little more special than some of the other releases that have come out this year. I will have another video up at some point including some of the other Valentine's releases that have come out. I just haven't fully gotten around to filming with them. I've been sick for a long time and I have a trip coming up, so I just don't know when it's gonna be, probably in a couple of weeks, but I'll have a huge like roundup review video of a bunch of palettes. So if there are any other ones that you've seen come out that you haven't seen me review, just know it's probably coming, but it'll be a little bit later. Maybe the palettes will have sold out by then, I don't know. But let's get back to this collection. So in my package was also, I'm not even really sure what this is. I think it's like a microfiber towel or something. It didn't say anywhere in the email that I got from them about them sending me this collection or in the box itself, so I'm not really sure if this is going to be included in other people's packages as well. This could be one of those things that, like, if you're one of the first 100 to order, you might get, I don't know. But I wanted to show you still in case you do end up getting it. There are also 5 lip products in this collection, and I thought we could do some live swatches with these, because I feel like with lip products it's a little bit easier to show them like one at a time, because then the names and the formulas kind of like mix together a little bit easier so you can see what they are. So let's start with this one. I've already taken them out of the packaging, so I don't know exactly which formula this is, but this is the shade called Kisses. So all of the containers look exactly the same, which I wish they were different depending on the formula. I wish that because there is a shine formula, there's a gloss formula, and a matte formula, but they all look the same. So I wish that they would have maybe a different cap on each of the different formulas, just so you can kind of see it a little bit easier what they are. But this is the shade called Kisses. Like I said, this is definitely one of the glossy formulas, and I think this is going to be the one that I want to use today. Yeah, that is really pretty. I love that. It's basically an opaque sort of peachy brown is, I guess, how I would explain this. I'm just going to put this on because this is going to be the one that I've wanted to wear. I do have a lip liner on already. These are my favorite lip formulas from Odens. I think they're just wonderful. I'm such a big fan of an opaque gloss. It's like my favorite kind of lip product. It can be a little bit on the sheer side too, but these ones just wear really well. They look really good on the lips, and every single color that I have in this formula from Odens I've used a lot. Next up we have the shade called Love Language, which is the same as the palette, and this is, let me go ahead and swatch it so I can see. Yeah, I think this is the same formula. No, I think this might actually be the Shine formula. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is the Shine formula, but it's a little bit more... Wait, is it though? See, this is what I mean. Now I need to open the other ones and see. This is the Shine, and let me look at this one too, just to make sure here. Yeah, okay, so this is the Shine formula. It's just a little bit less sparkly and a little more opaque than some of the other ones, but this is a really pretty, just pink shade. It's pink with a little bit of peach in it as well. Very pretty if this is something that you think you would like. Again, these from Odens are just really nice. I enjoy all of their lip products. Well, except for the matte ones, which is just mattes in general are not my thing, so I can't really fully speak for those because it's just not the kind of product that I like to wear. Next up we have the shade called Snuggle, which is such a cute name. This is also one of the Shine formulas. This one is less opaque and more of a orangey goldy shade, sort of. I guess I would explain that as. It's very pretty, and if you're someone who likes more of a sheer lip product, this one is definitely going to be the one for you. Next we have the shade called Beso, and this is also one of the more opaque ones. I am excited to wear this. That is a really pretty color. Ooh, I really like that. That's beautiful. It's it's a red without being a red. It's more of a browny red, like a mid-tone brownish red. Really, really pretty. And lastly is the matte one. I just kept it in the container because I don't want to swatch this, because this is, like I said, not the kind of lip product that I'm interested in, but I want to show it to you still. So I'll show you what it looks like just color-wise. I haven't even looked at this. So it looks to just be a, I don't even know how to explain this. It's a pinky red sort of shade. Again, I'm not going to swatch this because I don't want to not be able to give this away, because I'm not going to be using this. So just wanted to show you the colors so that you know what we're working with. So I've already done 2 looks with the palette. I'm going to do another look on camera today, and then I'll show you the other ones at the end of the video. I do want to do this palette justice because she has reviewed, I think, both of my other 2 collabs with Odens. My My Name Monster palette with them is still available if you are interested. My baby, love this so much. I've used it so much. And if you are interested, it's probably not going to be around for that much longer. So I would say this would be a good time to pick it up if you are interested in getting your hands on it, because like I said, it is not going to be around forever. So just wanted to throw it out there if you still haven't and you are interested. I don't think that my affiliated code works on this, but if you are planning on picking up anything else from the site, you can use the code Annette to save some money. But it's only fair that the collaborators get most of that money themselves. So let's see, I'm going to do, what do I want to do today? I'm thinking I want to try to use some shades that I haven't yet used. This one would be one that I really want to use. And for the mattes, what haven't I used yet? I don't think I've used this shade. Haven't used this, but that's not really going to show up well on me. So I'm just going to kind of scrap that one. I haven't used this, which maybe I could try to use that as an inner corner shade with this one. This is much more of a, it's not a satin, it's kind of a satin, I guess. So for me, this would only be an inner corner shade and nothing else. But I also like something a little more sparkly in the inner corner. So not my perfect kind of shade. There's a lot of different formulas in this palette. And I will say, I don't think any of these are bad formulas, but some of them aren't my personal favorite. So like these 2, just not my kind of favorite. It's a very, again, kind of satiny formula that's a little bit on the thicker side, which I don't love those personally, but there are some like this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, absolutely stunning, totally right up my alley, my kind of shades. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm almost tempted to just do a very simple look using these 2 shades, but I have used these 2, I'm pretty sure. So I just want to do something I haven't done yet. So maybe we'll just keep it very simple today and just try some of the shades I haven't used. I might use maybe a little bit of this one too, just cause. Let me just start with this one and put that down as a bit of just a foundation with some depth in the outer corner is what I'm thinking. I'm just going to tap up my primer. I'm still using my P. Louise one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this pretty much in the outer corner of my eye. Don't want this to be a very difficult look to recreate if you wanted to do something easy yourself. That's kind of just been the mood that I've been in lately. I just don't feel like fussing with 5 different mattes and like doing crazy stuff. I just want to do a look that I know is going to look good, that is easy to do, doesn't take forever, but still, you know, gives me a chance to test out the palette in a way that I feel like other people are going to be using the palette. And I think that is way more helpful than trying to jam as many colors on my eyes as possible, if you know what I mean. So I'm pulling it a little bit through my crease. I'm not doing as much in the front portion as I am out here because I do want the depth to be mostly in the outer portion. See, like that was so easy. I really don't need to do much else with this and just put on some shimmers, but I am going to take some of this just on my lower lash line so we can connect it. So you guys know I've been very open about really not loving some of the latest releases from Odens, like quality wise, but I will say I do feel like the quality of this palette is really nice. I haven't had any problems with any of the shades so far, so this one definitely has my stamp of approval when it comes to quality. Let's go ahead and do the shimmer now. I'm going to put on some of my NYX glitter primer like I always do. And I think I'm basically just going to use the shade called 829. I don't know what that stands for. Maybe that's her birthday or something? I'm really not sure. I have obviously not watched her reveal video because it isn't up yet when I'm filming this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that basically all over my lid, and maybe I'll do a little bit of the pink. I'm not really sure. I don't feel like it's gonna go that well with this, but maybe I'll see if I can pull in at least one other shade just so we can see what it looks like. This shade reminds me so much of one of the shades in my collab palette. I'm actually gonna swatch them side by side here because I'm so curious. So this is the shade called Electrum, which looks like almost the same shade. So let me go ahead and swatch that first. So this is the one from my palette. Let me do a little bit of a better swatch here. So again, you can see it's got that same kind of sparkly effect. Now I'm gonna swatch the one in Morgan's palette next to it. Okay, so they're not dupes. Mine is a little bit, has a bit of a darker base to it, but I mean, those are very, very similar, extremely similar. Just gonna take my finger and pat on a little bit more of this, especially since I do have short nails right now. I like to take advantage of that because it really does just add that extra little oomph. If you can use your finger and just tap on a little bit more after. That is such a pretty color. I mean, not being biased at all because I have basically the same shade in my palette, but it's just so pretty, so sparkly, so impactful. I'm basically just taking this all over, and then I'll just go over it with the matte in the outer corner again, but that is beautiful. Now let's see, maybe what I'll do is I'll take some of this shade, which I don't think I've used yet, and just put a little bit on my lower lash line just to test out one more shade. This is a shade called Cuddles. Just gonna take that on a small pencil brush here and just do a little bit, just to add an extra color that I haven't used. I think this is gonna look nice. I like the pop of pink, and I think it makes it a little more valentines-y, if you will. So this is basically gonna be the final look. Do I wanna do some of that inner corner shade too? Maybe I'll just pop in some of that too. Just taking the same brush, wiping it off on my towel in front of me. I'm gonna take the shade called Touch, just the tiniest bit. It's not really gonna show that well, but I just wanna get it on my eyes at least so that I can say I've tried it. But yeah, it's not adding too much, but it is adding a little bit of just lightness in the inner corners. So I think that's gonna be the look. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and finish off. Okay, so the look is done. I put on the baby lashes from Unicorn Cosmetics. I opened a new pair and I feel like I cut one longer than the other. But then again, my eyes are just uneven. So sometimes when I cut both the same, like they look different on the eyes, which is really annoying. But these are some of my favorite lashes. I love them so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the other two looks that I've done as well. And I feel like they were both pretty simple. Let me know how you feel about that. Do you want me to start doing more complicated looks? I feel like the answer is probably going to be no from most of you, because I know for a fact that most people do pretty simple looks on a daily basis. And if you're one of those people, you probably don't care to see somebody do crazy cut creases and like, I don't know. I feel like that's not how most people use palettes anyway. So I want to try to have my reviews be as helpful as possible and do looks that like normal makeup consumers would do. So yeah, just let me know how you feel about that. If you do want to see more intricate looks, I guess I can start doing more of those as well, but I've really been enjoying the simple looks, and I feel like it's just how I like to do my makeup these days. As for the palette, like I said before, I think the quality of the palette is really, really nice. There are a lot of different formulas in this palette. Depending on what it is that you're into, you're gonna definitely find some that you like. The mattes have been very solid for me, very pigmented, very blendable, very buildable from the ones that I have tried. Now, obviously, I haven't use this palette to its full potential yet, just because I haven't had time and I wanted to get this video up before I leave for a trip, and obviously have this film before it is launching. So yeah, that's gonna be my, I guess, basic thoughts on the palette. The lip products I think are amazing, and I'm really happy to have more of these in my collection, especially the opaque glosses are my absolute favorites. So to have two of those in colors I really like, super excited. Congratulations so much to Morgan for creating a really, really nice Valentine's collection, and I think a lot of people are going to really like this. I think I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Thank you so much for watching. If you wanna see some more Odens content, I have a very long playlist I'll put on my screen. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.